Here's to good friends. Tonight is kind of special.
Hey, where you been? It wasn't easy getting tickets for this game.
Hey, Bob.
Teddy, I know exactly what I want. I want the biggest steak you got and a bottle of Lowenbrow. Steak and Lowenbrow. Dolan, you're a genius.
When you want the taste of a truly great beer, tonight, let it be Lowenbrow.
Here's to the chef. Here's to the bartender.
Out on the town, flying around, pizzas disappear. Now you're talking Friday night, now you're talking beer. Now you're talking good times, and Stroh's is smoking here.
Stroh's, fire brewed for smooth, consistent taste.
Now you're talking Stroh's, now you're talking beer. Now you're talking good times, and Stroh's is smoking here.
Deacon's my name, and bowling's my game.
Gutter ball, gutter ball.
How are you gonna score there?
Come on, 3 strikes and you're out.
We just won another round of light beer from Miller.
Yeah, light sure tastes great.
Let's fill it, tastes great.
Wait a minute.
There it is, down there.
Take your time.
8 ball in the pocket.
Bubba, this ball doesn't have any holes in it. Yeah, it does.
The score's all even.
Glass frame, who's up?
Rodney.
Rodney! Gotta be a mistake.
Hey, you kidding? It's a piece of cake.
All we need is 1 pin, Rodney.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
I didn't get my turn yet. I'm gonna break this tie.
It's time to play the music. It's time to light the light.
It's time to put on makeup. It's time to dress up right. It's time to get things started.
Hey, man, is that Double D? Yeah, man. Well, turn it up, man.
Let's just go in and, like, kill all the orcs, right? They're the bad guys, who gives a shit? We just hack and slash and we loot their dead bodies, right? Hack and slash, kill them all, conquer the infidels.
Boy, that campaign sounds like a barrel of fun, doesn't it?
Somebody who's opening a refrigerator and leaning in, right, is the language of a woman. Somebody who's opening the refrigerator and being cut off halfway through that lean is the voice of a mermaid or a siren.
They're utter shits. They're utter shits.
This is not the face of the hobby anymore. And I think there's been mistakes made in years past where people assumed that D&D players were all, white dudes in a basement, which has been a faulty assumption for a lot of years and gets more and more false every day. And so it's, in my viewpoint, honestly, guys like me can't leave soon enough.
I just had to be born with empathy and a weakness for socialism and femboys.
You gotta put a little hot sauce on the taco, you know what I mean?
We want this dwarf to be the dwarfiest dwarf.
Right.
We want the elf to be the elfiest elf.
And just the dashiest dash of Tabasco.
Their voices need to carry across water.
I'm a creative. It's a huge drain, right? Because fans can be off.
When we got the descriptions, they were very adamant. They were like, try not to make it like a white blonde guy. Like, please, like, we love him, but there's like 500 million of them.
You say white lives matter, they don't. White lives don't matter because white lives aren't a thing.
Lube for their rectal adventures.
Lutherville, Marina Del Ex, Otisburg. Otisburg? Who's this monster? She's got her own place. Otisburg? It's a little bitty place. Otisburg? Okay, I just wipe it off. That's all. It's a little town.
Okay. We'll do it live.
Okay.
No. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
Yeah. 5, 4, 3.
Great, Sam. We dumping chump. It's a landslide, sir.
On guard.
It's time to mobilize. Let's go.
A giant penis.
Did you cry? So much. I went into the house and my wife was like, "What's wrong?" And I just crawled onto her and sobbed.
Oh my God.
the old opening better.
On with the show.
Hey. What's up, all you cool cats and kittens? Double D on Saturday. How we doing? Look at this guy. Already starting us off. Mercurius, $2. Beer. Give me the biggest steak you got and a bottle of Lowenbrow. Double D, you're a genius. I know. How's everybody doing? Looks like we got some good folks here. I see Hungar, Snake Oil Sean, Osiris, Steve, Liet Kynes. The freaks come out at night. Yes, they do. In this case, the daytime. Death Angels. Yeah, good to see all you guys here. Ultra. See if I missed it. Patrick's here. The usual riffraff. Universal Knight. Fox of RPG, and everybody else that I miss. Shellback Bo was here early. Good to see all you guys here. I don't ever like to keep a guest waiting. So, ta-da.
Hey.
How do?
I'm doing pretty good. Hey, I just want to say thanks for having me on, Double D. I appreciate it.
No problem. This is Travis Fauber. Introduce yourself, Travis.
Yeah,
Who are you and why are you here today?
So it's Travis Fauber, and I'm here to talk about my Kickstarter, Full Metal Tilt. Hope everybody in the chat loves joust, so.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Get you front and center here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. You have quite literally just launched a
about an hour ago, almost.
Yeah,
an hour ago. Yeah.
Let's check in on it.
Yeah,
here we go.
It's doing pretty well. It's making the rounds right now. So,
all right. Boom. Already got 10 backers. This literally just launched like moments ago, so it's a pretty darn good already.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say, why don't you kick out that video that I got there? See if that will play real quick. For the app.
You got it.
Got some music there.
Woo!
Full Metal Tilt. Stand ye ready, experience adrenaline rush and heart-pounding excitement of jousting in Full Metal Tilt. A classic jousting system where every tilt of the lance could mean the difference between victory and defeat. Charge through the list, mastering the noble art of jousting against a backdrop of roaring crowds. The tournament is a fresh adventure, and each challenger brings a thrilling new test of your skills. Will you rise as a tournament champion, or will you find yourself on horse amidst the clash of steel? Lower your visor, steady your lance, and let the games begin. Will you rise as a tournament champion, or will you find yourself on horse amidst the clash of steel? Lower your visor, steady your lance, and let the games begin.
Yeah.
I thought you would appreciate that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I always love a good song like that. I've made liberal use of those myself.
You know what's so funny is I put that in Suno, and it's just the blurb on the back of the of the mod or the subsystem.
I'm a huge fan of jingles.
I've never played around with that one.
No, I mean that's not a
like
not on a site.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about like old school advertising jingles.
Yeah. Well, that's what the wife kept telling me. She's like, do like an old jingle and everything. I was like, I want it to rock, but I know what you're wanting, but I'm going to do it this way. And she's like, she's like, you still need to do like a 1920s jingle.
I see where she's coming from. Don't get me wrong. I love the Suno song, but let me tell you something. There are local commercial jingles from the 1980s that I still remember to this day.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There's this place called Star Mobile Homes, and at Christmas time they would always run this ad where they would just sing Star Mobile Home, Star Mobile Home, Star Mobile, and it's like it has. I will be on my deathbed, and I will be insensate, like dementia ridden, and then I will probably just be reciting that song.
Right.
They'll be like, "What is
with
this?"
with the morphine drip and everything.
Yeah,
It'll
it'll be like Citizen Kane, when they're trying to find out what Rosebud meant. They'll be like, "What is this Star Mobile Home thing?" Land Whale for 5. Props for being on today. A well-earned $5 for the hustle. Thank you very much. Look into Demio. Give your thoughts on how they will screw this up. I think you've mentioned that before, and I have not, but I'm going to have some extra time because I have been yeeted from X for a week.
Oh,
so so I will look at that. Yeah. You should not wish harm on
well, yeah,
400-pound women who try to defraud people out of $50,000, and then when the police show up, go, "Don't you touch me! Don't you touch me!" Okay. I was at my wit's end. Nice. Semen Retention Fund. Thank you very much, Craig. I don't know if I have that drop here. We are on EV Mux today, so we're doing it a little different. I do not have that one. I will add it over here on EV Mux, though. Thank you very much, though, my friend. Much appreciated. I have a question to ask you. You went to Marshall, right? You're a West Virginia boy.
Yeah. West by God. Yeah.
Were you there when Randy Moss was there?
Yes.
Okay, I thought so. I was lining up the dates. Yeah.
Played basketball against the man.
Did you really?
Yeah. Actually, Hurricane High School, every time that we played, football destroyed. Basketball, at least, he was like the only thing that they had at the time. Well, there was also Jason, but I mean, we were still able to compete. So we actually, could we won a couple games, even when he was there. But football, man, we were crushed. But he's just up for where my uncle and everything used to teach and whatnot up in Bell, West Virginia, on the East Bank, out that way in DuPont. So
nice.
Yeah,
nice. All right, Death Angels here for 2. If I get this con started, I want to run this at it. I'm assuming you're talking about Full Metal Tilt. We'll get into the details. Thank you very much, Death Angels. Yeah,
Death Angels. It's great to run at a con. I ran it at CharCon this year, and I mean, I had people that was just like, "Oh my gosh, like when are you selling this?" They thought I was selling it right there, and I was like, "No," I was like, "We got a little ways to go, but I mean, you are looking at towards the the final end of this. So at least the system wise, the other stuff is details and ancillary stuff." So.
Osiris for 10. Thank you very much, my friend. Very generous. Missed the live show Wednesday, but watched the recap. That's always appreciated. Played some Mum Chums RPG with the boys. All right. Hopefully they forgive you. Welcome to the show, Travis. Looking forward to your pitch. Well, I know he is very ready. You've been making the rounds. I see you were on Lord Mattias, I think, last night. Yeah.
Last night, yeah, late last night. Yeah, we talked about that and then got sidetracked and then came back to talk about it. And then I showed him my the first stretch goal, which is the Night Marshal. And then he was like, "Oh my gosh, this thing's amazing!" And I'm just like, "Yeah." I said, "But we waited all the way towards the end because we were having such a good conversation."
Well, yeah, that's
blast. But it is what it is,
Well, people seem to forget, like, I don't know. It's like when you're doing a live stream, you're in the entertainment business, whether you like it or not.
Correct.
These over 70 people that have taken their time to show up over. On their Saturday afternoon, they want to be entertained. They want to laugh with us. They want to, and of course, we'll show them what you got, and they can make the determination to buy. But the number one goal is to keep these guys wanting, to see you. It's like if you're entertaining, you put some effort into it, and the banter's good. They will reward you, as I have found out. They've been very kind and generous.
I come back every Wednesday. So
yes, I know.
you're
Do
doing a
see
good
you
job.
there. Yep. In fact, you gave me a long time ago. You told me you were working on this Full Metal Tilt. It was kind of
Yeah.
then. It was just kind of like it seemed like more like a house system, and
Mm-hmm.
I could tell. You were really into it. Whenever you have passion about something, that's always a good thing. So kind of tell us maybe like where this passion for jousting medieval stuff comes from. I'm assuming a lot of it is kind of growing up and maybe your education, but go ahead.
Yeah. So jousting was always, I like going to the Ren Fair and enjoyed that. I'm a LARPer of many years too, but really the interesting thing about like how all this came to be is in 2023, my mother passed away. There's a reason why the date is November 15th, and my birthday is in December 15th, and around that time, I'd won the first Dragonslayer dungeon design contest. And I was like, okay, I'm going to publish this. I'm going to work on, extending the area around this and whatnot. But soon thereafter, my birthday, I just woke up and I just had this feeling like, I haven't seen much about jousting. And I know it's something that I've seen people play at Gary Con. And, I own a copy of, like an original copy of Chainmail that I got back in probably, I think it was like 2009 that I bought for like $60 on eBay. That I was like, oh, I'll just put this in a shadow box. I know this is like part of the beginning and stuff. Never really paid attention to like the materials in it. So I went digging and digging that whole day until I found the jousting matrix. And then once I found the jousting matrix, I was like, okay, I can expand on this. And there's a few things I don't like, I want to like tweak around with, but still keep that nod to the classic. And then I started like doing my research, historically, and also pulling in like, what did everybody else do with jousting, whether it was Full Tilt by Games Workshop, whether it was, other people that had put out systems, with most of them were like, use the combat system, target hit, that kind of thing, make a roll. And then, I just kind of like I said, like I just felt this muse like told me to do it. And I just kind of felt like I need to do it when I launch this, it needs to be on my mother's birthday, because I just kind of felt like it was like, you should do this. And, and I was like, okay.
Well, it's a fitting tribute, and of course, sorry about your mother. I guess we have that sort of in common. My mother just passed away earlier this year, and she's a November birthday too. She's on the 27th, so definitely a fitting tribute to your mother. God rest her soul.
Yeah, she was always supportive of like the fantasy books and stuff, and but she would like to want to read them. So sometimes I kind of like got extra books because she would read them, and then I got the hand me down.
Yeah,
I'll be like, yeah, here, why don't you pick this book? Okay.
Yeah, my mom was she's a very simple woman. She would not have understood like any of the like weird stuff that we did.
Right.
I remember like when I got like D&D back when I was 12. She got it for me, and then I had my older sister was a little like, oh, should you be playing this? And I think my mom was like, is this okay? Are you sure this is good? I'm like, it's fine, Mom. And she's like, okay. And that was it. Great mom. Our friend, mutual friend, Chris Miller here.
Mhm.
Huzzah. Full Metal Tilt looks awesome. Glad to have it featured in Mad Scribe magazine. Glad you brought that up. I'm going to put myself front and center here for just a moment, Trev.
It's fun.
Yeah, we'll be raffling this off today. And it's, of course, by our friend Chris, but it also has a little something.
Yeah, I even gave
Trav.
you. I was going to say the blue lady that's in there. It's an adventure, and then just the basic bare bones of Full Metal Tilt in it. So that way, I'm not giving away the full cow because there's going to be extended stuff, which we'll go over. But I gave you like a referee copy that I kind of like created myself, like just so I could like run it, whether I'm at like cons or whatnot. And you can kind of show that off since you're giving the raffle, today, or saying, hey,
Yep.
you can use this for free.
Thank you very much, Chris. Good to see you here. let's see, one second. You used our mutual friend Greg Gillespie. You're using kind of it can kind of probably fit, I would imagine, into any OSR system, but you are very proudly aligned, as I will be, when I do mine, with Dragonslayer. And Greg's, tell me what you like about Dragonslayer and why it fits with this.
Well, back to my past, a little bit about me. That when I was in third grade, I had a buddy of mine, Jeff Bogus. He brought in a copy of the Moldvay Basic, and they wanted to go out in the yard and kind of like play imagination and LARP and everything. I just really wanted. I was like, man, I would like to learn how to play this game, and that was my love affair just started from there. Just
right
in the 80s. I just fell in love with it. And then when Greg said what he was doing, and I also really enjoyed his mega dungeons, I was like, and the way that like he writes, I was like, okay, I'd like to see how he's going to do this. And then when he said, I'm going to make something that is basic, BX with the Chrome of AD&D, and I'm like, there you go. That's coming home to me. It's like I said on the show last night on the second watch. It's like, you always come home. It's like no matter if you play any other game and stuff, you'll come back home to like the first thing that you held and you said, I'm in. So
absolutely. See if we can take a look here. Yep.
And by the way, I have fully committed. I'm going to be the wizard for us on Thursday next week.
Oh, nice. Yeah, we're going to be in a live play. Greg ran this a live play. I don't know if it was a year or two ago.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah. So I'm going to be in it. Trav, a bunch of others. Greg's going to test us.
You're going to be the monk again, right?
I'm going to try to. Yeah. Hopefully we can get our friend Wonky. He can be. He was the priest. He was really good as the priest. So if you're out there listening, Wonky, please play the priest. We made a good team. So you can kind of see on the side here. See if I can make this a little bit bigger. Oop, there we go. That didn't do anything.
But yeah, if you go up to what's in it, or go back down. Well, once you're ready and you kind of get it.
I was just going to go to the rewards here for just a moment, just so kind of people can kind of get a sense of what they can get.
Mm-hmm.
Now you have a couple of adventures here that you can also get in addition to the Full Metal Tilt, the jousting.
Yeah, I kind of felt that there might be some people that are like, oh well, I'd like the jousting system and everything, but maybe it's not for me. So I was like, well, I have two first place adventures from the Dragonslayer Dungeon Design Contest, both 2024 and 2025. So there's your 2024, the Bearer of the Unbroken King. You can actually play a preview of it that I have put out on drive-thru right now. You can go there, you can get it, download it for free. You can play it, see if you like the style that I write and everything, and the adventure. But that dungeon will be expanded. And I think I sent you a couple images of where, like, I'm already in the process of getting that, finalized and everything. So
yeah, absolutely. In fact, I think we can show one there.
So that's the area around. If anybody can see number 2 that's on there, it's probably maybe hard to see on the screen or whatever. But it is the Bearer of the Unbroken King. So there will be additional. It would be kind of like this is the little area that you'll be able to go into, which is known as the Mounds of the Fairy Kings. So and then you can see. That is anybody who's downloaded it. That is the dungeon, and I have expanded off of that using something a little different, which a lot of people don't use illusionary walls, and you don't usually see that. So I had an illusionary wall in that adventure, and I thought when I was going to expand it, I was like, well, I've looked back at what other people's done, like, I added secret door or whatever. I'm like, well, I did have this patron god of this fey god of trickery and illusion. And I was like, let's play around with that. So as I expand off it, it's like, okay, so if you played through the first time, in the free, you can go back and be like, oh, we missed these doors. We missed these walls because, you know, they were illusions. We just passed them over. You know?
I think any good old school adventure kind of has that sort of, you know, like facet to it, you know, where you could go back and like, oh shit, we missed a whole bunch of stuff, you know, and if your DM's doing their job, he just keeps it buttoned up and is like, yep, all right, yeah, I guess you guys cleaned it out, you know, but you know, it's incumbent on them to kind of say like, wait a minute, let's go back, you know, and let's see if there's something. Yeah, so there they are, Whispers, the Second Deep.
Yes, yeah, we can get to that one in a second. I was going to say something about that when you're talking about like buttoning your lip. The best analogy or best wording I've ever heard is Lord Mattias said, you know, he said, all this comes from my training as being a lawyer. He says, just get comfortable with silence. As a referee, just get comfortable with silence. And I'm like, I've never had a word for it. The only thing I kept thinking was, you know, being from sales for over 20 years, saying, you know, he who speaks first loses. So that's what I think. But this is better because it's like you are getting comfortable with silence as the maze controller or referee.
Well, you know, Brennan Lee Mulligan would disagree with you.
Oh,
the more words, the better from a DM. In fact, just never stop talking ever. So this is the other one, Whispers of the Second Deep.
Yeah, so, you know, elves is my favorite race next to humans, but I know that Greg likes dwarves, and he mentioned, like, you know, this year, oh, I would like something, maybe somebody do something dwarvish, and I was like, all right. I wrote this one, and I look back at it, and I'm like, man, it's a hell of a lot better than that. I mean, the other one's good, but I meant, like, so I'm looking forward to going back to it. But this one, I was like, when it came out of the gate and what I did, you know, for this win, I'm pretty proud of that one. So, but yeah, Whispers of the Second Deep. And each one of these, just to let people know, there is a little section that says where you can drop these in the Dwero Deep in Greg's world. Like this Whispers of the Second Deep, if you go into, because I know you got a copy now, if you go into the first gate, the King's Gate, well, it's here. You can literally put this right below it, and there's like, I think like maybe a sentence acknowledging there is a second deep, and that's why this is called Whispers of the Second Deep, because it was just like a couple. He just said there is a second deep and there's a third deep, which we'll get to the stretch goals if we ever get there. Yeah, right. So yeah, but yeah, nice. It lines up, you know, with the map and everything. So
good to see you guys, late arrivals. Thanks again. We're talking to Travis. Is it Fauber or Fauber?
Fauber. Yeah, it's a Deutsch name. So. Fauber. Yep.
Fauber.
Yeah, we're from out in the Heidelberg area, not far from the Black Forest. So.
Oh yeah, there you go. Deep in the Teutonic lands.
Yep.
Land Whale for 10. This guy is two mainstream modern TTRPG players want tieflings in wheelchairs and dwarves making artisanal breads. Chainmail is for the right-wing grognards. Boring. Thank you very much, Land Whale. Yes. Well, if it pisses off those people, then we have done our job, haven't we, Trav?
That's correct. Because, yeah, I can't stand some of that stuff anymore. I'll go to conventions and I'll run, and you know, it's so funny. I convert people. People that love that stuff, I convert them right there, and they're just like, it's so funny that they're like, oh, I love this jousting and everything, and they're like, well, I want to play a tiefling or whatever. I was like, no, this is what I got. Okay, well, I'm down. I'll play. And it's like just say no, just say no.
Yeah, it's I kind of
play.
That's kind of how I do it when you know, when I'm running an adventure at a con. Like it's funny, Greg is dwarf centric, you're elf centric, and I am very much human centric. Like
birthright.
I tend not to brook too many demi-humans in my group, although it's weird because in the little mini campaign we're doing right now, my wife is an elf, and my buddy Zolt, who everybody saw on Wednesday, he's a dwarf. So it's like I was almost like, whoa, this is too much cultural flavor for me. I need more white bread here. But I go with it.
Right.
I do kind of play it straight down the center of the fairway too. Nothing too exotic with those folks, you know.
I mean, my world is, you know, that I run and everything, you know, using like some of these tent poles by Greg and, you know, Gygax and so forth and so on, that it is human centric, but, you know, I know what I like. I like my elves like creepy in a woods that's, you know, reminds you kind of like we're talking about the Black Forest, you know, the old fairy tales and everything. That's how it should be. Not like, you know,
you'd love the birthright elves. Yeah, the birthright elves are just they are very xenophobic. In fact, they are violent towards humans.
Oh, I know. In that box set and everything, I picked it up back in the day when it was, you know, still in shrink wrap and everything. You know what I mean? Like when it first came out, it was something I wanted to run, but nobody wanted to play. They kept wanting to go back to where I was running Earth Dawn, so we just kept playing Earth Dawn. So.
Good old Earth Dawn. Yeah, I got a copy of that on my shelf next to me. So, and Barrow of the Unbroken King. Tell us, let's see here. Got Whispers of the Second Deep, Barrow of the Unbroken King.
Correct.
And you have that's right, the Blue Lady is in the latest edition of Mad Scribe. Which will be
and I told Chris, just to let everybody know, if they ever want a copy of that, that's the only place you're going to get it until he says, "Oh, well, sure, you could sell it or something." I was like, "No, make you this promise, I'm going to do that." Plus, also in the Blue Lady, I did allude that I will be writing another adventure that will link up to it in there. We call it one of the nights that if you do best him, which you should to be able to complete the quest and everything, that he will be like, well, he's like, I have this, I randomly rolled this, like when rolling up like equipment and magic items and stuff like that. He got the map, you know, the treasure map. And I was like, so he's got this quest and he wants to go on it and you guys are worthy to him. So he's like, you guys can all join with me if you know, whip him at the tilt.
Nice. It looks like this is, you were kind of noting as the campaign launched, this was kind of the sweet spot where a lot of folks were going just to pick up all three. So you get the full metal tilt. That's all your jousting needs for OSR. And then the 2 adventures, 70 bones plus shipping. Seems like a pretty good deal, especially these days. That's a lot of content. For $70, considering you get like one, like Wizards of the Coast is pretty much just charging like one book is like $70 and it's full of shit. So.
Well, I will say this too, like for the first 24 hours, I am offering up one of the barrows that I have in the Mounds of the Fairy King for free for whoever, you know, backs the first day for a physical product. And I think it's, if you scroll down, I think there should be one.
Right, 1 second.
It should have an image where it has. I haven't created the face. Yeah, there.
Oh, right there. Okay, yeah. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, because you know how Greg likes his monochrome, and I love his monochrome. I love to paint miniatures. I've won some awards for it, so I'm like, okay, that's why like you have the 2 where I've done my miniatures there.
I do like that. It's a good way to set yourself apart. You know, a lot of people would say, "Oh, just put some art on, even if it's AI art, just put it on there." And it's like I kind of like you being like, "No, we're gonna go like low tech, old school. Like these are beautifully painted minis." In fact, let me go back up, see if I can just get a
here's
bigger
the other
shot.
thing too. I was going to say in the Full Metal Tilt, that image for the artist that I got off of Drive Through and everything, I will throw that on the back cover as soon as my 2 knights are painted, because I have a tilt that I built, a mini tilt that I built for myself and everything. Well, I mean, if you want to, Double D, did you download the copies that I sent you? You could throw that up there. It might be better.
I have ready the version like Full Metal Tilt. I have.
Okay, cool.
Hold on 1 second. I think I can pull up. Which one do you want me to pull up?
We'll pull up that one because that dwarf there, I will tell you, has won an award at a very that painted that for my father. Once he started, late in life, playing Dungeons and Dragons with us, and that's before we started like switching over. But we were playing when COVID hit. My brother was like, "Hey, why don't we play? Oh, what is it? is it Fandolin? Is that the? I know that's the town for that first adventure because they gave it away free, and my brother was able to have a copy on Fantasy Grounds.
Okay.
And he's got like the deluxe version and everything. Yeah, so there's the Bear of the Unbroken King.
A little bigger there. There we go. Look at that.
And I always have to throw that Conan-like piece in there because I know people love it. Love Conan. So I was like, I got to have this piece in there. Plus the action shot of him is
man. I am wondering. In my miniature pile over there, I may have that exact one.
Yeah, it's a Reaper. It's a metal Reaper.
Yeah, it's an old one though, right? I mean,
it's an older one. You can still get it. You can still get that one.
I'm almost positive I have painted that one up too. It's just over there. I love the old school. Like now, is that Dwarven Forge?
Yeah, that's Dwarven Forge. I forget who made the throne, but that's supposed to be like a dwarf throne. But I was like, I'll use it.
Yeah, fuck
use
yeah.
what you got. Use what you got. So
absolutely, I love stuff like
that.
And
Patty Parlor, give him a shout out. He did my logo for me. So
yeah, I saw it. Did he do any of the interior art too?
Just the logo. Just the logo.
Just the logo. Okay. Yep.
Yeah, I have everybody listed. I think if you scroll back up on that one, I should have everybody listed that.
There we go.
There, yeah.
Yep. Okay. Nice. Yep. Nicely done. Yeah, Patty's did some art for mine, which
yeah, he's good. He's good.
Yep. Yeah, he is very good.
And I will say too that when we get to Full Metal Tilt, all that heraldry was done by there was a couple that I've done, but all the digital ones were done by Frank Avila. Man is great at doing heraldry. If you ever need heraldry, like I was going to say, if you ever write anything, it's kind of like Birthright, but in the Dragonslayer world or whatever, with like houses and whatnot. He's your guy, and we played with him in Greg's preview.
Okay.
He was the ranger.
Yeah, he messages me a lot, about stuff that I might find interesting for the show. So so I'll have to you'll have to pick his brain maybe at some point here. Craig L, $10. Hey man, I'm also from West Virginia, South Charleston. Pledge your Kickstarter, and maybe I'll see you at CharlCon next year.
You sure will see me at CharlCon. Just as long as the swim schedule doesn't fall over top of it, but I'll be there. Yeah, interesting thing because we're talking about South Charleston. There's actually an Adena mound that's down there. The Creole Mound is what it's called. So I, as a kid, just kind of like grew up by this stuff all the time. So I'm like, as soon as like I've found Barrow-Maze, I was like, man, this is just everything like I'm used to, around here.
Hell yeah. Landwell, geez, $20, man.
Wow.
Going for the MVP early here. Thank you so much. Got to stop somewhere. This is it, but how many tieflings can there be? How many devils can be screwing humans? Yeah, the world may never know. Furlbogs, Goliaths, etc. shouldn't be playable classes unless it's essential. Keep up the struggle. Do not go gently into that good night. We will not land well. I love the way you put that. How many devils can be screwing humans? Nicely done. I'll tell you what. Look, oh my lord.
Yeah.
We have someone. Look who's here. Venger, can you hear us?
Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
Am I on?
Yes, you're on. You're live.
I can't hear anything.
It's here, man.
Well, you probably need to. You probably need to look at some of your settings. I'm gonna gently remove Venger from here. I probably should have had him on early for a sound check too.
It's okay. It's okay.
To tell Venger in the chat that we could hear him. Apparently, he could not hear us. We'll try in a moment, Venger. Let's see. Continuing on. I'll tell you what. Let us also go to. Let's go to Full Metal Tilt itself.
Awesome. That sounds great.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, let's Beautiful cover there. I like it. All right, so this is kind of, I don't want to show too much because obviously this is more kind of what they're getting, right? When they order the Full Metal Tilt.
Oh, hold on, I'm getting a little feedback right now.
Ooh, are you? Okay.
Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna unplug and plug.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. I'll try Venger again.
1 second. I'm gonna unplug and plug.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. I'll try Venger again.
1 second.
I'll try Venger again. 1 second. Venger, can you hear us? I'll try Venger again. Hello. Hello. It's like max headroom here. Can you hear me, Travis? Yeah, I think you might be muted, my friend. Because I cannot hear you. Turn your radio down. Live stream magic, yeah.
Hello?
Yep.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you were fine. You were fine. It's just when I bring Venger on, it starts to echo. Shall we try it a third time? Fine. You were fine. Venger. Just when I bring Venger on, it starts to echo. Shall we try it a third time? Fine. You were fine. Venger. Okay. Just when I bring Venger on, it starts.
Can you hear me?
Shall we try it a third time? Fine. I can. Venger. Just when But Venger, you are echoing like insanity. Every time I bring Venger on, he like it's like I think your audio is like going through the microphone, Venger. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but we'll continue.
Yeah, because that's what was like. I was blowing up, and I was like, "Man, is something wrong with my settings? Like, what's going on?" And I was just like, that's why I just stopped talking. So
we got Chalt AIDS.
but no, you can show this off and everything because this isn't the full kit and caboodle.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Let's I just kind of want to show.
By the way, I was going to say, if you scroll back up, that art there, that's actually new. I got that from Ryan Nilsson.
Okay.
D&D Dad and Sons.
Yeah, so, Ryan's a good guy.
Yeah, he's a
In fact,
real
I
good
think
guy.
he's here now.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
Ryan,
I saw him earlier. Yep.
Yeah, well done. So this is the kind of the meat and potatoes.
Yeah, this is it. So go ahead.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, just kind of if you can, just kind of take us through the you sit down, okay, I want to do a little bit of a jousting contest, in our game tonight, our OSR game tonight. And just kind of take us through in layman's, not layman's terms, but a simplified version of what the folks are going to be doing. And Venger, if you could just hold fast. We were getting a lot of echo when we were bringing you on. That usually means your audio is being picked up by your microphone. So go ahead, Trav.
Yeah.
Let us know.
So what you do is that when you're sitting down to do a joust, is that you'll have a chart. So the easiest way to do it, let's go down. If you're going to show the chart there, just leave it up. You can leave it. Let's scroll down to where I see the big chart. So let's go. And there will be 6 different charts. So go further down. Go further down. It's easier to use one of the handouts, which I pretty much have created. There's tables. We're almost there.
You got it.
There. Well, I gotta get through the class section.
Yeah, it's all right. We're seeing some good stuff here.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing. I love that one. Boy, that's a really good picture.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Wow, do I like that? Sorry,
no, that's fine. I can tell you where to pick it up. Okay, so let's look at table O for original. So this has some differences, but there is a nod here to chainmail and the jousting system. So other than there's a few changes that I made here, but what you would do if you're jousting is that you're going to pick an aiming point and then you'll pick a defensive maneuver. And each night we'll do that. So when you pick an aiming point, you'll pick whether it's the helm, whether it's a Dexter Chief. That's what that is. Actually, if you scroll down just a little bit, you'll see the shield here, what I'm talking about. And I've just had him down as DC, see Dexter Chief. You got as DC base, Fespale, which is FP. So first of all, you pick your aiming point. So the little chart that you see over there to the right, the aiming point, you have defensive maneuvers. We'll say, like, if you choose helm, it'll be 4 through 6. Those are the defensive maneuvers that you can attempt without taking a risk. So when you're making your decision, it's kind of like rock, paper, scissors, or also like Gary Lewis last night and the second watch was saying, he said, I akin it to poker. I watch these people play and I'm thinking, is this person going to be honest? Are they going to, or should I be risky here? So what you do, you pick your aiming point. So you would be like, okay, helm. And then you see, well, I can be defensive maneuvers 4 through 6. Say you pick 4. Then your opponent picks theirs as well. If you have the cards and you're using the cards, you would have one, which is the lance, which is the aiming point, and then you'd have the shield, which would be the defensive maneuver. You would pick those two, lay those down, and then once you're both ready, you flip them over at the same time for resolution. Now, if you have the digital tool, which is the first stretch goal in the Kickstarter, the Night Marshal, it will do it all for you. And then whoever's like, being kind of like the referee or the Night Marshal can go ahead and just input that in. Or if you're doing it solo, you can roll the dice, a D8 and a D6, to determine what the opponent is doing. But now let's go up to the chart real quick, and then I'll be pretty much almost finished here. Mm-hmm. So there is no initiative. Impact happens together at the same time. So if somebody has chosen like Helm 4, your aiming point goes against your opponent's defensive maneuver and vice versa. And that gives you the determination on the chart, whether it's going to be a broken lance, which is a B, M, which is a miss, G, which is a glance, H, which is a helm hit where it would break against the helm, which a possibility is it's got a slash there for a C, which means you could actually knock the crest or damage the crest of your opponent. U, of course, is an unhorsing check, which you would do in opposed checks versus strength for the for the lance, and then of course the person who's taking the hit will do a Constitution roll, and it'll be opposed checks. You fail, you get knocked off. If it is evens, then defender wins. A little nod to risk. So
so basically, we're talking like make your choice, and we're using cards here.
Yep.
And simultaneous. And I think 3 passes in a joust?
There's 3 passes to a match. So if it still ends in a tie, then just like we were talking about plug and play, and you can use any system that you want in this. You could use DCC, you could use Lamentation of the Flame Princess, anything that uses Strength and Constitution, or you don't even need that. Say if you just picked it up and you want to play with your kids, just do opposed rolls on a D20. That's all you have to do. It's that simple, but like you said, I aligned myself to Dragonslayer, so here we are. So that's what I built it off of.
Kind of like a guessing game with some strategy. Like you have to kind of be mindful of what your opponent might do.
Yeah, and if you watch what people do, you kind of noticing that since there are going to be 6 charts, there's 4 in this right here, in this edition, but you will notice that there's patterns that people will start choosing. It's just like playing like poker or or like throwing chops. They'll just there's something that they usually do or have a tell that, and then you can pick up on that and be able to best them every time that you can. But then sometimes the dice doesn't go your way either.
Cool. So I'll tell you what, we'll let you take a break and you can check on the Kickstarter. Then we'll come back. Maybe we'll talk about the melee portion after, because with any good joust, there's always a melee too. So we'll talk about that aspect as well, and some other stuff. But for right now, looks like he's finally solved the technical bugaboos. Always use your computer, dude. What are you doing using your phone? Venger, can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Okay, all right. I can hear you.
You can? Okay.
Yes, yeah.
Well, I don't know if anybody's aware, but like the last 2 years of any streaming or being on a camera on YouTube has been through my phone.
Oh, really?
For the longest time, we couldn't get the microphone and camera, whatever, to work with the desktop. But I don't know. I think my wife figured it out. So for like virtual visits with doctors and things for like kids and
Oh yeah.
So
well, kudos to her because this is working and you actually sound great. So actually always do this.
Okay, I will.
How are you doing?
Pretty good. Speaking of the wife, she gets back tonight.
Okay.
She's been in Orlando for a week with our second eldest daughter.
Okay.
So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a nice little vacation. So I've been at home with the other kids, and it's going.
Well, good.
Gonna be glad to get her back tonight.
She can get you back on schedule.
Yeah, well, I've got like pages of like what I have to do and when I have to do it.
I love it.
Shut. Yeah, can you guys hear the dog barking?
A little bit. It's okay.
Okay.
Shut up! It's atmospheric.
I would have my Hassan Piker like electrocution button.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you can't electrocute it like Hassan.
Hey,
no problem.
Hey, you guys get the dog? Hey! Stop, boys, get the dog.
Shut up, you mutt.
Annoying. Okay. So, yeah, we have 3 dogs now. I don't know why my wife thought that was a good idea, but
Rogan's wife does that too.
We have 5 kids, 3 dogs. The youngest puppy it's a girl, and she's a fighter.
Yeah.
And we're getting the scrapes with them, and then she'll back off, and everything's like, oh, okay, it's fine. Then she'll leap off the couch and do the spider monkey, like, rah! Like attacking their face. And then it's like the whole cycle of violence over again, just like in the Middle East.
Well, listen, Travis is not the only one that has a project going right now. You have the Pulp Drenched Cities of Chalt.
Yes.
I love the imagery already. Tell us what this is, my friend.
Okay. So I have always been of the belief that, and this is especially personal for me, that a project or a book I undertake will always be head and shoulders better if it's something that I'm going to be using myself in the very near future at the table. And we're coming up on the 4th year of our Chalt campaign. We usually take a break sometime in November, and we start up again in January. That gives everybody like a nice little break around the holidays. And I really wanted to focus on city adventuring. And so me coming up with something that I know that I will definitely be using a lot kind of elevates whatever it is I'm working on, because I know from experience, if I'm working on something in a vacuum because I think it's a neat idea or it's kind of cool or some people suggested it on social media, and it's not something that I'm going to be heavily involved with in using it myself, I feel like the work suffers a little bit, even if other people are like, oh my God, I love this or that, or like Blood Dark Thirst, which is a kind of an OSR sort of not really vampire game I came up with. I don't know. I don't think it's that great because I just don't use it. And I didn't use it. I play tested it a couple times.
I see what you mean. Yeah, I see what you mean. It's always better to have something that you're kind of invested in, right?
So anyway, this is something that I've been wanting to kind of do for a little while. And, now's my chance. So anything having to do with cities, but not just a typical city. It could be anything where there's people, any kind of community or settlement, even if it's underground, even if it's just like a few people living underground in tunnels and caves. why not have something special about that and details? And you roll a few dice, and then boom, like a dozen different details about the people living here and their customs and their culture. Maybe what they eat and drink, factions, and who their friends and enemies are, and goals and agendas. All that stuff. So it's something that I'm gonna be using myself, and I thought that other people could use it too. In the Kickstarter description, I kind of start out with, this is sort of loosely inspired by Zach's Bornheim, just because I knew that whenever I talked about a city book, people would make that comparison. So I just kind of wanted to get that out of the way. I can't see my book being really anything closely resembling his, because we just are on two completely different pages with our vibe and I don't know,
two different animals, two different animals.
Exactly.
Understand. I like the look of this. I like the conception here. It seems like I was talking about this with Travis a little bit. Like, it seems like you have a nice core of dedicated folks who will support you. If you put out thoughtful products, people will reward you. If you're kind of consistent and are always on the grind and putting out stuff that's going to enhance the things that they've already bought, they will support you. And I'm pleased to see you've already got pretty much 100 backers, and still got a month to go pretty much.
I only started it like 4 or 5 days ago. So I've been very encouraged by the support. And I try to give back to the people that support me, not only in the actual content, but if people suggest something, like, why don't you offer this? Or they have constructive feedback, like, I see you're doing this, but I kind of want that instead. I just have people contact me or let me know when the Kickstarter ends, and I'll put like notes in there to like, well, they already have a couple of this book, but they really want this thing over here. As long as I don't forget about it, as long as they let me know and then I can write it down. I'm very flexible, and I try to be good to the backers that have been good to me.
Yep. Looks like Snake Oil Sean has backed it. Thank you, Sean, and Mercurius for the membership donations too. Very kind of you. Much appreciated. Yep. Travis, back Chalt. Yeah, Chalt is pretty cool. It's balls to the wall, gonzo stuff. If you were
gives me a chance to focus on content and encounters that are a little bit more civilized than, you're out in the middle of the desert. Maybe there's sandworms or skeevers, or there's something in the sky trying to kill you.
Right.
Like city adventures, it doesn't necessarily have to be like people wandering around streets and like going in shops and things like that. It can just be more about NPCs and social interaction.
Oh, well, it should be like any city adventure. Like, a lot of people get hung up on like, well, I need to detail this particular, tavern or this particular, but it's like, your time might actually be better spent by, kind of detailing out 3 NPCs they could possibly meet, like interesting ones, rather than, just the serving wench or whatever. Just kind of have somebody there with a hook, a little bit of a backstory, a little bit of mystery. Or somebody who's going to bring something to the players that they weren't expecting.
Right.
It's always a good idea.
They know that I love pop culture references. The thing I was working on just this morning with the book is bird law. And if you're a fan of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, you're probably familiar with bird law. And so I talk about that, kind of where it came from and how it's used. And it's going to be associated with a random table where, let's say, you enter a court of law, or you're dealing with lawyers in Chult. A particular attorney might be using legal terms that, like objection, Your Honor, bird of a feather, or something like that. And so you'll have that at your fingertips, because normally I have to, if I think of this ahead of time, or even if I'm planning it weeks before, I'll have like two or three little items written down, in the margin of my notes for prep. And that's kind of where it stops because, you only want to prep so much because you don't even know if they'll go into this area of town or this cave for that to even like be a thing. So you don't want to spend like, blow your whole wad and like this whole list of things. And you only have so much time to prep. So, but now that it's here in this book for myself and everybody to use, anytime you want to bring that out, you could just like look at it at a glance, or you could roll on a table, and you have like so much content like right there. Whereas, if I'm just running a campaign by the seat of my pants, I'll prep like an hour and a half before each session. But that's all I do. And so I usually don't have more than a small handful of things for each scene or encounter or plot point or whatever in the adventure. So I'm kind of looking forward to diving into
Venger, you had me at Chalt attorney. I was trying to wrap my mind around what an attorney in Chalt would be.
Yeah. I'd like to think of as the people of Chalt. They got their civilization from like snake men and demons and the great old ones. And like the Federation and intergalactic like aliens trying to like colonize and take over. So they're very barbaric and hostile. And, if you kind of mix Carcosa with like the Klingons, they're right there with like, all right, let's just stab him a whole bunch of times. And then, if he bleeds out a certain way, maybe he's innocent after all. So it's funny, but it's also kind of realistic coming from that.
From your
place that these people, they're very savage and they're very aggressive and sometimes uncompromising.
It's a hard land, hard people.
Yeah,
we get it. James says he loves Venger. Thank you very much, James. Much appreciated. Chris Miller is the caveman lawyer from Phil Hartman skit. Back to Travis for just a moment. Saw some rando dude, saw Full Metal Tilt, had Adventures for Dragonslayer, insta-backed. There you go.
Awesome.
I feel like I've done my job.
Yes, you have.
If I can get some folks to put some eyeballs on your project, and they like what they see, then
much appreciated. Much appreciated.
Thank you everyone for backing.
Exactly.
Yes, yep. So how kind of going back, and by the way, guys, I can't believe I think I did put the I did put the links for both of these projects in the description to the live stream, both on YouTube and Rumble. So if you want to go over there and check it out, back it, please do. Look, you guys know Venger, Trav. They're good people, and they're one of us. Don't be giving money to those fruitcakes at like Wizards of the Coast and places like that. Just back people who don't hate your guts and actually have talent. It's funny because there's this perception of like, oh, you're just amateurs. You're just, you guys are just rank amateurs. There's actual professionals at Wizards of the Coast. And then you look at somebody like they have somebody like Mackenzie DeArmas, who just started playing D&D like 5 years ago. And, who produces like candy store adventures, for D&D. That was like her gateway in. She produced a fucking candy store adventure. And that is now the bar for professionals in this industry. And now I'm looking like, oh, really? So these are the amateurs. Well, guess what? The fucking amateurs can write circles around you guys. Like they're awful. Like people at Wizards of the Coast and Paizo now are awful. They literally no talent. Like zero talent. The only people they're trying to impress are the Seattle coffee shop people. And that's of course not us. So let them write their fucking food market, scenarios, and they're no problem. I'll put myself front and center here for a moment. Let them write all that silly nonsense, and when you want to actually sit down and run like actual gaming content for your D&D, like these are honestly the people you should be looking for and seeking out. If you want, like I said, you want some cool kind of balls to the wall stuff, Venger. If you want more classic stuff, Travis with Full Metal Tilt. Get Dragonslayer RPG. Hyperborea is a good one. If you're still kind of committed to the 5e ecosystem, just pick up Shadow Dark too if you want. They're all just better. I mean, I don't know what else to say. They're all better than the nonsense that the quote unquote pros put out today. The pros suck ass. Absolutely, they suck ass. We'll put us all here. So Venger, how did VengerCon go this year? I don't think I've talked to you since VengerCon happened. How did everything go?
Good. Yeah. Sandy Peterson was there. He ran a session of Call of Cthulhu, and he did some seminars, which were great, on running a horror scenario and campaign. He had his sci-fi board game that he's been working on and ready to put out. Signed a bunch of books. I don't know if I mentioned that. He was great. All the players were great. Judd was there, and Roger was there, and I was there, and we were running stuff. If I had to pick out something that was not that good, it's that Saturday night, just before bed, I started not to feel that great, and I got like a little scratchiness in my throat. And then when I woke up on Sunday, I was like, oh shit, I'm sick. It might have been because the night before the convention, so on Thursday night, I was out at the hotel bar, like hanging out, and I wasn't really drinking, but I was just hanging out with everybody for like a couple hours. And
picked up the crud.
Yeah, Sunday morning, I was sick. I ended up not running my Alpha Blue game, which I was really looking forward to, so that sucked. Just because, I really wasn't feeling that good by like lunchtime on Sunday. So that was the only bad part. Otherwise, it was great. I ran some great games, if I do say so myself. The other GMs were fantastic. It was just a lot of fun.
Do you think Sandy is going to come back next year, or is it up in the air?
Well, I always try to do a different guest of honor. And Sandy's got so much going on. I would be surprised if if you would come back for like a dedicated core of like 30 gamers that were like, yeah. There are a lot of other conventions, with hundreds of attendees that if I was him, I'd probably, I'd probably go to more than ours just because.
I've heard he's the kind of guy that likes that kind of stuff, though.
Yeah.
He kind of likes the individual. He'd rather probably be around,
He had a great time, and he really enjoyed himself, and got in some great discussions with people, and we took a whole bunch of pictures. It was a fantastic time. But yeah, we're kind of like a very, very small.
Yeah. Well, I was there not this year, but last year, and we should be there. We should be good to go in 2026. So
okay, awesome.
So we should, like I said, we should be there and hook up. Travis, would you ever consider going to VengerCon?
Oh yeah. Well, I definitely would love to go there.
It's a good little convention. It's like
if you live near Wisconsin, I highly recommend it because it's a lot of fun. It's all about the gaming. You learn so much because even though all the game masters and all the games are kind of in that traditional OSR, old school type genre, everybody runs such a different game than each other.
Yep.
It's crazy. Like no one runs a game like me. And then, Judd's games are like a lot different and Roger and, and Bill Allen. He runs a great game, and it's also much different than anybody else's. So you get a lot of great game masters and gaming in, and you really learn that there's a wide gamut of styles and approaches. So even if you're playing the same game, if you're playing with a different game master, it's a completely different experience.
It's going to feel a lot different. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Death Angels, how big is VengerCon now? Yeah, I think it's like roughly like 30 guys. That's what it was, when I was there. So it's definitely small by modern quote unquote, convention standards. But honestly, everybody is just there to play. It's all good guys. There's no bullshit. I think when I was there, Mrs. D was the only woman. But
and last year or this past year, Sandy brought his wife. And then there was a new couple that actually lived nearby that heard about it from some site that lists different gaming conventions in the area. And so there was another woman. So there was 2 women at VengerCon this past July, which was
it's a record. Yeah, I know Mrs. D was Mrs. D was like, she's like, these guys probably think I'm just like some typical gamer woman. She's like, I want them to know like I'm, like old school, so I think that's how she tried to, play everything. So I think she acquitted herself fine. Cool. Yeah, it's a nice little convention. The hotel is actually very nice. I actually did like that hotel. Other than the bar closing a little too early. It's my only complaint, but other than that, it's a nice location. There's plenty of like restaurants within literally across the road. You could just walk across. There's some restaurants. It's a nice little area. It's a good summer convention. It's a 12-hour drive for us, but we just kind of took our time and just kind of puttered away at it, and it was fine. So very good. All right, well, listen, we'll give you one last plug here for Pulp Drenched Cities of Chult before we go back to Trav. Let's see where we're at here.
I got a quick question for you, Venger. Are you still on for the online 4.5?
Yeah.
Because I was wanting to run some jousting and everything during that, and some dragons.
So that's happening in January, the weekend of the 11th.
Yep.
So I think it's 9th through 11th, something like that.
Yeah, I was planning to do that Saturday all day.
Yeah. So I would say whatever you want to run.
Okay.
Probably a couple weeks before that. So like, let's say January 1st. Go to the Cult of Corthalis community on X, because that's where we're all kind of
I'm a member
to tell people what things are going over, and then whatever the GM wants to run it, whatever platform they feel the most comfortable running an online game, they're free to just do that. And all you have to do is on the Cult of Corthalis, just let people know, when and where. If there's a link or something like that, and keep in touch there on the cult. And then you choose your platform. I'm probably going to use Roll20 just because that's kind of my default, and it's easy for me. But if other people want to use X itself or Discord or something like that, feel free. Just let people know what you want to do, and people will join the games that they want to play, and
cool.
We'll spend the whole weekend.
I'll get. I know you said a week before. That ain't me. I'm going to have this done and in the bag, so it's going to be out on the schedule. So, I will do all day on Saturday. I just want to let you know I'm supporting it, man. I'm supporting.
Oh, thank you. As much notice as you want to give people. Yeah. Like sometimes you give people too much notice, and they're like, "Oh yeah, cool." Like 2 months beforehand, and then like 2 days beforehand, they're like, "Oh yeah, I completely forgot about that."
I'll remind them. I'll remind them. Yeah.
And yeah, OGG Madison is probably is a lot safer than Minneapolis. I don't recall any calls to prayer in in Madison. There was no, Islamic call to prayer at any point. So I think you're set there.
I might create a Chult call to prayer for 2026 VengersCon.
I love it.
Yeah, I probably will have something like that because I want to have that sort of vibe in the cities of Chult. And I've talked about that before, even before writing this book. So yeah, I'll probably do something where we could actually do it like together as a group. I think, and anybody that walks by, they'll be like,
"Yeah, what are these people doing?"
Yeah. We are never coming to Madison, Wisconsin ever again.
All right, well, cool. Well, listen, I'll let you go, Venger. That way you can, because I know you got the kids. But yeah, so we'll make a little sandwich here. It'll be Travis as the bottom piece of bread, you as the meat, and then we'll go back to the top piece of bread now with Travis. So you can get on with your day or stick around in the chat. That's fine too. But either way, we will let you go. And guys, back if you are of a mind, Pulp Drenched Cities of Chult. It's by our friend Venger, who we love. So there we go.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Venger. Good to see you, brother.
You too. Bye.
Good to see you, man.
Alrighty.
Hey, Double D, did you get my message there? If not, I was going to say that Greg, I don't know if he's still in the chat, but he was saying that he wanted to come.
Oh,
on.
Yeah.
See if he's there. I don't know.
Yeah, Greg, are you still here? Let me copy. Greg, if you are still here, I'm going to put the link in here. That's only for Greg. Please, nobody else jump on here.
If you do, we have to joust you.
Yeah, we'll
do it live right now. We'll do it live. Oh man.
Yeah, so we'll see if he comes on. Greg, if you're out there, I did put the link
I'll
there.
message him again.
Yeah. In the meantime,
then we'll get back to it.
I will highlight this super chat. Semen retention. Thank you so much, Ryan. I'll have to restart. Mrs. D and I cheated last night, so back to square one.
It happens.
Yeah, it happens. Yeah, thank God it still happens at my age.
Right. Oh man. Oh geez. Well, hold on. Let me, since we brought that subject, slyly. Let's just put it this way: that there is ladies' favors that I'm that's being built and everything. For the Full Metal Tilt, I have a system for it. And I told, like last night, I said, I'm going to have a little section for the designer notes that says, if you get a key, that's the item that you're given, and I have to explain it to you, just don't use that item. Just roll something else on the chart.
Oh yeah. There we go. Yep, there we go. Venger, thank you very much. Yep. Always good to see you, brother. Always good to see you. I heard you the first. You didn't have to pay for the privileged, Mercurius. I already highlighted too much information. Well, hey, I'm only human, brother. I'm only human. I could go into my mum chum life, my bum chum, mum chum.
I was just going to say, Mercurius, they did use the big bed. The big bed.
Yeah.
I can't believe that was in that
slapping.
project.
Do some slapping
ridiculous.
tickle fights with your 4 and 5-year-old. Oh my God.
That's
I was thinking about that. I'm like, I got to do it like just a regular video on that, because I mean that needs highlighted. The fact, you know what I despise too? I hate those idiots at EN World.
Oh yeah.
Like Russ Morrissey, he's a fucking idiot. Do not like him at all. They would gladly highlight let's perhaps a PDF RPG. They will do a 25-minute conversation with someone hawking what appears to me to be a PDF adjacent RPG. Yet they will not touch someone like Greg Gillespie. They will not touch Venger. They probably won't even touch you, Trav. If you have the stink of us on you.
I hope they don't touch me. Man.
Yeah, it's like in a way you don't want them
right
anyway,
exactly.
because I know some of those people still. I was hanging out at EN World many moons ago when it kind of first took over from Eric Noah's site, and for a while it was kind of cool. Now, it's basically just a soft version of the Wizards of the Coast crowd. Even like the old heads that are there, they're so weak and stupid. They kind of cheer on Wizards of the Coast, so fuck them. But I thought that was funny. Yeah, they will highlight the creepiest RPG I have seen to date. And by the way, it's a lot creepier than like Fatal. Like everybody says, oh, Fatal, it's like Fatal is Fatal. I mean, it was just more or less just kind of like a teenager's, kind of edgelord RPG. It has almost none of the like genuine creepiness of Mum Chums. Yeah, by Haiti and World Period. Yep. Absolutely. All right, so let's one moment here.
I was going to say, since we were talking about how the joust works and everything, let me show you guys the Night Marshal. I'd have to share my screen though, because I have it as a digital tool.
Yeah, I think you can do that.
Yeah, I was just letting you know in case you were trying to pull something up.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So let me share. And I believe it's there.
Okay. We'll add it.
All right. So let's go back to that table we were talking about, table O.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, you can pick Helm 4 as your choices. Your opponent can pick DF 4, and thus there's your results.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So over here, you see player A, has a chance after they have broken lance on the helm, they get 2 points, and then they have a chance to be able to knock off or destroy the crest of their opponent. That's a roll that they would make. It's just a D6 roll, 1 or 2, you get it. And then over here, we have breaks a lance for 1 point.
I love it.
Sometimes you can do like a risky maneuver, and that's like where you're taking a chance when doing something that is normally not that you wouldn't normally be able to do from that aiming position. So let's say here, like DC, and we'll say that you want it to lean right or 2. What happens with that? You see over here, it flags. It says this is a risky maneuver. And so over here, we've got an unhorsing result from your opponent, which means that if you attempt a risky maneuver, yes, they broke a lance. Usually when it's just a you would get your chance to roll to stay on the horse. No, you played the gambit, you lost. So thus it's like it says player B auto unhorses player A.
I love tools like this. And this is so you made this?
No. One of my players did. Howard Young, if he's in the chat, that he made this.
Okay.
He's down at Marshall and University, and he said he wanted to like play test this. Like he's one of my players, and he said I want to play this with as I think he has to do certain things for the university here and there, where he's also in charge of like housing. And so he was like, I'm gonna have all these students like play this, but I need to find a way to do 70 students at once.
Yeah.
I'm like, so he's like, I made this. He's like, you can do whatever you want with it. He's like, you make a stretch goal or whatever. I'm like, it is the first stretch goal. So I was like,
yeah,
we get the $2,000, boom. You get this. Everybody gets this. It's just a JavaScript. You just load it up. We'll have the other tables on there, so it'll be 6 tables, but there you go. You can just switch it all out for you. And
Well, I got
it'd be nice and simple.
I got good news for you. As second here.
Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing.
So I believe you are getting close to your first 1,000, my friend.
Yep,
we've almost doubled the backers that we're on, so I'm sure a couple of those at least were members of the chat here, the fine folks who came out. So yeah,
thank you
guys.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Yep, Full Metal Tilt. The description is in the oops, there we go. we'll have to play that again before the end. But the link for this Kickstarter and Venger's Chalt Kickstarter should be in the description.
It is. Yeah. I checked for it.
Okay, cool.
For you.
Yeah. So like I said, check it out. I don't know. I love the tools like you were just showing, because it's taken a while, but now my laptop is kind of up during, when I'm running games. I used to be completely old school, and now like I like to kind of play with the lighting, play with the music.
Yeah.
And occasionally I'll have Chat GPT up if I need like some quick names for, if they're going somewhere that I hadn't anticipated. Sometimes I'll have Chat GPT up and be like, look, give me a couple of village names, give me a couple of people names real quick, just so I don't miss a beat, and start, what's this NPC's name? Joey, Jojo, Shabadoo. So I'll have that up, and I can almost see where, having a tool like that is actually going to make your job as the GM a lot easier.
Well, see, I joust with them. So when it's my turn, then I like turn it over to another player. So, and then, and it would just be like the same as if we weren't even using this, but also, it's very good because of playing online. Because what we were used to is that we would just call it out on Discord.
Yeah.
Where I would say like, H1 for Helm 1, or, and somebody would say SC4. And then you would take those, and like I even showed like in the body of the rules that if you are the person that's in charge of it, you have them over top of each other, you just draw a diagonal line, and it makes it very simple and easy for you.
Well, I think honestly, the worst part is just sometimes like getting the results. And if you can get the results instantaneously like that, and it tells you, that makes the GM's job so much easier.
Oh yeah.
Because you're thinking of a million things when you're DMing, and then you're like, okay, and it may seem easy on the face of it. Like, hey, dummy, all you have to do is this. But when you're thinking of like 6 other things, and you got a player that you're trying to deal with who's not involved in this, but they need attention, all of a sudden you're looking at it, and all of a sudden it looks, like it looks like Greek to you, and you're like, holy shit, what, I forgot. It's so much easier when you have a tool that says, here's the result.
Right.
So it almost lets you as a DM focus on kind of like on the important stuff.
Oh yeah.
Rather than just kind of like looking stuff up.
Well, and it would be more convenient for like one of the instances that I had a 2 players at my table. They had just got out of a dungeon. They were discussing who gets the +2 Warhammer. There was a +1 and a +2. And they were both knights, and they were arguing about it. One being my father, and the other being Matt D'Amico. And so my dad, just as how he is, he goes, "We'll joust for it." They're out by the city, and he just says that. And I'm sitting there, and they're discussing it. And I was like, I'm sitting there, I'm just keeping my mouth shut. And then like my buddy Howard, who'd made that, was like, that sounds like a great idea. And they're like, okay, well, let's joust for it. So I was like, give me one moment, let me get the stuff. And that's before I had this, and I had to like break everything out, and I had them like, okay, let's determine the table. All right. But, my dad whipped the floor with Matt. So Matt did not get that +2 hammer, and I'll never let him live that down. And he always tells me, he says, he said, my character's it's like a robber knight. He's like, I'm going to get him back one day and get that hammer. And
Okay, so yeah, and of course I hadn't forgotten, but Chris, who I think is keen to see his wonderful magazine, raffled off. Guys, if you could, I think this is I don't know how to do it for 2. So you guys on Rumble, if you want to come over to YouTube, hopefully you're a subscriber on both. Just type something in the chat. Anybody who wants a excuse me. Anybody who wants a copy of Mad Scribe, free one. Now is your chance. I will raffle off a victor. Let me put my email in the chat. Okay, so I put my email in the chat. So if you guys are interested, just type something. You know, you shy guys, you know, who maybe don't usually do it, but if you are interested, just type whatever. Just put in a number, letter, or whatever. That's fine. Because you do have to have been active for, I think, for 15 minutes. So just like I said, make sure you've chatted something. We'll give you a couple of minutes here.
I think Sandy Peterson's in this one too.
He is, yeah. Nice interview with Sandy Peterson. It's a good issue. And it also has, of course, Travis's The Blue Lady, right?
Yeah, The Blue Lady.
Blue Lady. It's a good adventure. I was kind of perusing it. Excuse me. A couple days ago, and then I was refreshing myself. It's kind of a soft intro to Full Metal Tilt.
It is. That's why I tried to design it that way. I will say this: there's a nod to Chris actually in that adventure, Chris Miller.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So he had mentioned one time in the chat here about being descended from the family in Scotland that had the red cap as part of their entourage or whatever, and where the myth came from. And
okay.
I was like, I should do something for him. And I was like, this sounds great because it's a fairy forest. I'm gonna put a red cap in it. So
nice. Quentin Bauer for 998, enjoying late morning coffee with Double D. Jousting rules look cool. Thank you so much, Quentin.
Thank you.
And I'm sure, yes, Travis, thanks you as well. Like I said, guys, if you're interested in a free copy, this is going to be your last chance. Got to do it on YouTube, unfortunately. I don't know how to do it on both on Nightbot for the giveaway. So just come on over to YouTube and just type something in the chat. I'll give you probably another minute here, and then we'll draw a winner. Just type you can just type in anything and you'll be active. Land Whale, geez, my friend, $20. You were too kind today. You guys are baiting me for money. I am not. I am very thankful, but my Lord, wow. In my ideal situation, we scoop together all the remaining grognards and make a whole new world. Ooh, yeah, I like that. Ginny D is in the abyss, tempting 20-something men to eternal servitude against the lawful gods. Good old Ginny D. Haven't heard much from her lately. The problem with her is she's kind of in that realm where, other than the initial video I did on her where I kind of highlighted how she hates white men and Republicans, there's not much else. She just kind of just does mainstream videos for, the modern WotC crowd, but they're pretty well done. So it's hard to kind of pick them apart. It would kind of seem kind of petty if, I went in there and said, oh, look what she's wearing today. So unless she does something particularly silly, I kind of just leave old Ginny alone. All right, so let's all right, last chance, guys. I'm going to give you 10 seconds, and then I'm going to choose a winner. So looks like we have got 56 entries right now. If you are interested in the latest edition of Mad Scribe, type something in the chat. Anything will do. A number, a letter. Here we go. John Osborne giving us a 10. All right, so here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, guys, I am going to hit the choose a winner button. I hope you have put something in the chat. Here, as the Joker said, here we go. Winner is Lucius Schlossmeyer. There's a mouthful. All right, Lucius. I put my email addy in the chat. I will put it in again. There we go. dashgabbers@gmail.com. Lucius, you can send me your shipping information there. I've been having better luck whenever I would do these giveaways before. It'd be like, oh, hey, Double D, cool. I'm at the Arctic station on the South Pole. Oh, cool. No. They're like, do you want?
Yeah.
You can just give it to somebody else. I'm like, no, bro, I'll do it. It's it's like, okay. Hey, Double D, I live at the base of Mount Kilimanjaro. Is that going to be good? So yeah, but yeah, it's yes, I see Lucius there. Congratulations, my friend. Just send me, if you could, your shipping information and all that stuff at that email address I gave, dashgabbers@gmail, and I will send you out this coming week the latest edition of Mad Scribe, where you can get The Blue Lady, an adventure written by this man, Travis Fauber. All right, so we were also talking about there is the joust,
Mm-hmm.
and there is also the melee.
Yeah. So if there's a tie, and that's where it's the whole plug and play, whatever system you're using, that's your melee. And the melee is 3 swords, then 3 maces, 3 axes, and then 3 daggers. And we have play tested it where it went down to a last dagger blow.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, I mean, they went through all, and I also stayed in the designer notes. It's not historically at this point in time, because I added axe, and then I also said, well, you could use any sword, you could use any mace, like whether it's a flail or a morning star, whatever that the fighter of the night that's jousting chooses to use, and the same with the axe, whether you're using a hand axe or a battle axe. So your choice whether you want the shield or not. So.
I love I kind of love when it comes to that. I don't know what's I guess it may I'd ask this, like, a couple of movies, where jousting is highlighted. Knight's Tale.
It's my appendix in. It's part of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a good, it's for a mainstream movie. It's a good movie. I don't care about the Queen music and all that stuff. I remembered back in EN World, and there was some fat beard who was poo-pooing it at the time, like, they got modern music in here. Can you believe it? And I'm like, for a while I was like, that kind of was weird. And then I saw the movie. I'm like, this is such a watchable movie. It's so cool. I mean, a lot of that is Heath Ledger is just insanely good. And obviously we lost him far too young. But it's a good movie. It has a lot to do with, what we're talking about here.
Excalibur.
Early Game of Thrones. There was a nice tournament.
It's so funny. Frank Avila mentioned this, and I didn't even know nothing about it, and I forgot that they were making a series for it. But you have the Night of the Seven Kingdoms coming up here soon in January, and he's like, "Everything's coming up for you, Travis. Everything's coming up."
Yeah, that's right. Like, Dunkin' Egg. Yeah, the Dunkin' Egg.
Like, yes, and he said, "You need to pick this book up." And as soon as I saw the trailer for it, I was like, all right, Frank, I'm going to go pick this book up. And I did. I started reading it. I was like, this exactly like you said. It's spot on.
Look, George has his problems. There's lots of things I don't like about George, but George knows his stuff. And he is a great writer when he writes. We'll just say that, so can't take away, as angry as, we seem to get with his stupid politics and all, all that stuff, you do sometimes just kind of have to try to separate it. Like when someone of supreme talent, is the person we're talking about. So, those early books were just magic. Doc cannot stand the modern music. Sorry, Doc. Doesn't bother me, but I don't know. Just plug your ears or something, I don't know. Put in medieval banquet music, on your phone when that part comes.
It kind of makes me wonder if Doc Flamingo, if he doesn't like the modern music, does he like what's it called, bardcore, where we take modern music but we use it in medieval style?
Ooh. See, now that is cool. I like that
a lot.
Yeah. I like I like that.
And folk metal. I love both of those are way up on my list.
Absolutely. Well, let's see, what time do we got here? I got 2:36. Okay. Let me put this up one last time here.
Ooh, 21. We're almost
21.
there. Almost there.
Over 1,000.
And yeah. Get that 1,300 there.
Guys, make it happen, Captain.
And then I can tell Crazy Mouse, as delivered, my man.
That's right. That's right. As delivered.
As advertised.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. So you guys have seen the
I'll tell you something. Can you pull up and put out the Whispers of the Second Deep?
Whispers of the Second Deep. Okay.
Yeah, the dwarven one.
Oh yeah. Yeah, 1 second here.
I want to go down to look at that map.
All right, let's all right, so 1 second here.
Greg would be remiss if I didn't mention something about dwarves, so.
Oh yeah. Of course. There we go. Boom.
Yeah, so first off, that piece right there, also that was the dwarven set of doors when I got I even have the reverse of those where it's like ripped open. That piece, that's a piece I painted for my dad and everything. That's his character that he plays when we
nice.
Yeah. So if you scroll down to where the map is, but of course, if along the way something hits you, just stop and look.
Yeah. We'll take our time. Take our time. Layout on this is good.
Thank you.
You use Affinity?
Well, this where I've like popped it out just to get it out there for drive through. That's actually in Word, but I can import that in Affinity, no problem.
You do all this with Word?
Yes,
Holy
I have.
smokes.
I have created myself my own template, and no problem.
God bless you, sir.
So there we go. There we go. So yeah, it's just easier if I'm going to put something out fast without getting into Affinity and and putting stuff down. But I can port it easily. Like I played around with it before even getting to the layout because a lot of this still needs to go through edit where I'm going to add the expanded stuff. So that map there. Hey, how you doing, Griff? That map
Griff.
there is. That was just like the previous one, which we didn't show, but both of those were randomly generated that I used for these contests. With a little bit of common sense, but for the most part.
Oh, wow.
Came up.
I love it. I love it when you can just kind of go with something like that.
Yeah.
Kind of shows your chops as a GM, and in this case, as a publisher too.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that map. I'm kind of looking at it for any kind of faults, try to picture it in my mind. I can picture this thing.
Yeah, well, like I said, if you have that first gate within Dwara Deep, those two pits there. So like when you go back and you look at it, you can kind of like see those two pits there are the elevators that he mentions that are broken. So those actually line up. So if you put, like I said, if you put those maps right underneath of it, lines up. Now, where you see A to B and it's got like a little stairs, that's the stairs that's crumbled, that's hidden behind of a secret a wall. And so you get tasked to like go down, on that gate and everything to see what's below that. You have these obstacles, whether you take the broken elevators down, like climb down it, or do you like set and dig on those set of stairs, until you get to come down. Yeah.
What are you using for your maps?
That one, I use a dungeon scrawl, and it is worth the annual premium that I paid for it to use it commercially. but you could use it for free. Also, for my if whoever the gentleman who won the Blue Lady, that my maps I use there, I use for my hex maps. It is Incarnate.
I use Incarnate too. Yeah, that's the adventure I'm working on. It's kind of a little bit more of an outdoor adventure, and I think Incarnate is a lot better for that stuff. And I think Dungeon Scrolls, probably a little better for these traditional dungeon maps. But these look great.
Yeah, I was going to say that's what I'm going to do with the Mounds of the Fairy Kings, is that where I had drawn those out, with the colored pencils and everything, that I will go back and use that with what's it called? We were just talking about it, Incarnate. So
yeah, I've spent a lot of time on Incarnate over the last year and a half or so. Kind of learning it. You can get some pretty good results.
I know. It's a really amazing tool, and the fact the annual cost is not that much to use it, commercially too. It is not.
Considering the amount people blow out Netflix every month and stuff like that. It's
yeah, exactly.
Even for just your own personal games. Let's see if you can put myself up here.
Yeah, because I know that the map that you all were using when we used to listen to the adventures at the lakes. Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's this is. I'm doing kind of like a soft test. So we're doing a mini campaign. So this is my own design, and this is what you could kind of just do in Incarnate. And I didn't even put a particular a amount of loving effort. I actually just they were going to the south, and I'm like, shit, I got to flesh out an entire continent. And I'm like, okay, well, I kind of know who rules there. I know kind of what happened, but I don't have the geography. So I was just kind of noodling. But yeah, you can produce that kind of result on Incarnate. It's a good system. Good.
Yeah. Let me share here real quick. I'm pulling something up that's from my home campaign real quick. Maps. Where are they? All right, cool. All right. Let me move this over. Come on, move over there. All right, now I'm going to share.
All right. There it is.
All right. Oh, yeah. So I've actually imported a little bit of Greg's, world and everything in here. So, there's your King's Gate that we were just talking about and whatnot. And I refer to Hamlet as Thungold in my campaign. Yet, the winner of the Blue Lady, here's where you're playing at in my world, right over here.
Yep,
Beaumont. So
nice, yeah. See, that's kind of what I'm doing for mine. It's when you're doing an adventure, you kind of have to you have to kind of give at least a default world. A lot of people are just going to import it into their own. But there's a lot of people who don't, if they're doing it at a convention or, they just don't want they don't want to take the effort to do it. You sort of are obligated to at least put a generic world in. And that's kind of what I'm doing with this kind of playtest for this campaign. Is just kind of a place to put, my future works.
Yep.
As it were.
And that's what I'm doing. Is I've been importing what I have, into my world and stuff. But then also I'm like, okay, well, where am I putting this? Where am I? I already know, but I'm just like some of the stuff I haven't even put out. It's down here. I'm just well, once I get it done, then I can start, finishing the rest of that.
Yep.
Oh, thanks, Frank. Thanks.
Yep. Good to see you here, Frankie. Yep. Griff, good to see you. Death Angels, all you guys that are sticking around.
I'm gonna stop sharing there. Okay.
All right. Yeah, Doc. He likes Wonder Draft.
Yeah, you can get great results out of Wonder Draft too. I've seen. I've not used it, but I've seen people's work from it, and I agree that all these tools. It's like I was telling like the basic expert, like I was listening to his channel and everything, and I said, I said, I just kind of feel like we're like in the golden period, especially like for people who want to produce stuff, as they have a passion or a love for, RPGs, that the tools are there and in a reasonable price, for a lot of them. So, which makes it very nice.
I agree. There's no time like the present. So if you guys are out there and you're like, man, I think I could do some of this. Give it a shot. I will say this. I will give you one bit of advice. Don't make your own game. I'm not going to say like that time is over, but just I think we've all sort of generally agreed in the zeitgeist, like we're okay with when we sit down to try to simulate a fantasy world. There is a lot of stuff out there that we can use to do that. So there's really not much meat left on that bone, but there is so much you can do with like settings, adventures, source books that are usable to DMs and, sometimes, even the players. Man, there's never ending, because you can use something for inspiration and just kind of reskin it, and as long as you're not blatantly copying it, you're putting your own spin on it. People don't mind that at all. Like they will love it. So give it a shot. Like I said, I'm trying to learn affinity as I lay out mine. My view is always, and I'm sure you're kind of like this too, keep the costs low. At first. So, okay, I can buy Affinity, which is a permanent program. It's not like a monthly subscription, like Adobe. Get something like that. Learn how to use it. Put in a little bit of time. Incarnate. It's a yearly subscription. It's probably same with Dungeons Scroll, right? Yearly.
It's a yearly.
But we're talking $30 or something. I think that's what it is for Incarnate. It's like
Incarnate. I think for me, because I think like you get your taxes based off of your state, because it used to not be, and then they were like, oh, we got to charge you. Yeah, because I got this notice. I was like, okay, what are you charging me? I was like, oh, $26. Okay, yeah, fine, go ahead.
Yeah, it's like, all right, that's two visits to McDonald's these days. It's like
and even if you're not printing stuff out, you can produce this for your players. You can put that together just for your friends and just be like, look, here's what it is, and then they'll just be like, man, this is awesome. So
exactly. But yeah, I mean, like I said, you can put it out there for people to buy. If you don't even want to go through the Kickstarter thing, you can just kind of put it out there. If you're just noodling with something, you can just throw it up on drive-through, and if you tag it correctly, you'll get some hits, you'll get some buys, and if it's quality, word gets around.
Right.
Word will get around if you've put in, the effort. People will definitely see that.
That's how it works, regardless of anything. Word, when word gets out,
well, people will trust you.
Death Angel, it's worth it. It's worth it to use that, especially you're paying the one fee and
you get 3 programs.
Yeah, and there's a learning curve, but that's okay. Just like anything else, you just learn it.
But there's a tutorial. There's tutorials out there.
Oh yeah. Exactly.
There's one for Affinity. This girl just kind of takes you through stuff, and she does a pretty good job. I don't know if it was official or not, but she does a good enough job to kind of get you going. The only thing is, if you're not using it all the time, sometimes you forget, and that's kind of where I'm at. It's like I kind of set aside, because I'm actually just kind of waiting for some of the artwork to roll in on mine, so I haven't done much with it. So now I've kind of forgotten a lot. So unless you're doing it all the times, you just kind of have to stay in practice, which that's the same for everything.
Oh yeah. But it's like, it's just like Incarnate. Like sometimes I'll be working on it, then I'll let it go. Like right now I've let it go, but I know as soon as I get on it, they're going to be like, okay, do I remember this? And then all of a sudden, like, boom. Okay. Yep. I remember this.
Yep.
Yeah. I've heard of that one too, Frank. I've never used it.
I use Canva a lot actually for the channel, like some of the videos, or, some of the simple, like thumbnails especially, but some of the simple videos I use, that go along with, like the songs.
Right.
I'll use Canva. I don't pay for that's one I kind of cut the corners and don't go for the pro version and pay for them. Like I kind of don't need that much in Canva, but yeah, it's definitely another avenue as well. I kind of like their interface. It's pretty easy to use. All right, so I what I was gonna do, and again, guys, Full Metal Tilt by Travis. Link in the description. Check it out if you want some traditional jousting awesomeness for your OSR game. I was actually going to watch a little bit of the most, I don't know if it's the most recent Critical Role intro.
Okay.
You're more than welcome to stick around, or if you just want to go in the chat, it's up to you.
Oh, that's fine. I'll stick around.
All right. Cool. We'll
It's of Dolmakyar. Into the Darkness.
Oh, good lord.
Oh boy.
Teor Pridesire, Thimble, Cadigan Vale, Tyranny, and Wikander Halavar. Begin a journey whose end, at this point in time,
You know, if Condor
we
had
cannot
such a problem
see.
with how soft spoken you are, can you imagine how much
I know
he would have with this guy?
I know. I know.
Oh man.
All right, 1 second here.
It's okay.
I have to for some reason it's not there we go. There we go. Wasn't allowing me to grab it so you could see this douchebag's face in full all its full glory. This is the guy who was telling everybody to go vote for Mom Donnie, even though he's out in California ruining that state. He wants now he wants New York completely ruined.
Did you see Hassan Piker's out talking about how great it is in China?
Oh, no, I didn't. Is he really?
That's where he at, and he got in trouble over there too. I saw that they were taking his phone or whatever and wanted to look at some stuff. Yeah, I thought it was funny because Scudder Mike, I believe, is like out that way, like in Beijing. He's like, we don't want him.
Yeah. Go home.
I was like, wow. It's like, man, that's bad.
Yeah, I'm sure the government. Yeah, I'm sure even the commies over there don't want him. They're like, dude, we don't need you. Yeah, God.
Fittingly, it is difficult for any of you to see past even the snouts of your horses, or in Thimble's case, the dim light cast by the fluttering of your pixie wings, for rain falls from the sky overhead.
Love the sound effect. He does these little explosion and like little pop sound effects that are just hilarious.
Close as you are to the storm rack here. Heading out into the darkness, the gates behind you. Time is of the essence. Somewhere out there, a man who put a knife in the back of your beloved friend is walking free, chasing down the deed to a strong home. A fort at some far edge of civilization. A treasure that he was willing to sell your friend's life for. And just ahead of him...
I hate this because it's like he's talking at the players. You know what I mean? Like he's not talking to anybody. So it has this layer of like falseness to the whole shooting match. And I understand he's like, well, he is sort of talking to an audience out there. Yeah, but that makes it insincere. You know, when he's talking to the audience instead of like directly to the players, it does something. I don't know if breaking the fourth wall or something would be.
I just think he should just call himself the narrator. They should just have a little because that's exactly all he's doing. It's just it's like I'm listening to an audio book that's going to put me to sleep.
Yeah,
that's how I feel. So,
and honestly, like without like any satire, like this like the initial 10 minutes of these videos are really good to fall asleep to, because I have done it a couple of times. Like he does have that kind of voice where he can lull you to sleep, which is good when you want to be asleep, but I'm not so sure it's good when you're trying to entertain people.
You know, I was going to say that I've watched like the first season of Critical Role, and just listen, you know, how it is like right now with just the clips that I've seen of this. I will say Matt at least lets them, like, he shuts up. Yeah, after he's done his spiel, he'll shut up and be like, okay, just let them do what they need to do, you know. But
It was so
everything I've
it,
seen
it was
that you showed, it's like this guy just talks and talks.
it was so interesting. We did that contrast to episode 1, season 1 versus,
Oh,
one
yeah.
of these recent ones. And it's like night and day. And you're like, yeah, that's season 1, even though it's not my cup of tea.
Right.
That's D&D.
Yeah.
Like that's just a guy playing D&D with his group.
Mm-hmm.
This is theater. This is faggy theater. And there's nothing more you can say about it. That's all it is.
You hope is Tayor's brother. If they haven't gotten to him.
I don't think so, Chris. Nothing of significance.
Flying through the night, Thimble. What does it feel like to hold on to this purpose that you have set for yourself?
He loves doing these kind of questions too. It's nothing tactile or tangible. It's nothing like, what do you want to do? Here's the situation I've set up. Here's the surroundings I've set up. How do you want to interact with it? It's still all about these fucking feelings. Like, explain what's going on inside your mind. It's this psycho babble as disguised as DMing.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yep.
Feels like everything.
It's like but he does know his audience, and by audience here I mean his players, because it's like, what do you want to give a bunch of theater kids, but an opportunity to just chew the scenery, and that is exactly what they do.
Everything else is disappearing.
Not these days, Doc. Not these days.
With that singular goal in front of me, I'm able to leave
They are
the grief behind.
taking their lead.
I'm able to believe in this purpose so wholly.
It's like, anybody who has played D&D, there's something viscerally wrong with this, and it's because you haven't done enough to warrant this level of like internal hand wringing, and so it's like, this stuff has to be earned. These kind of like dialogues and and things such as that. This has to come after months or years of playing, and somehow your character has survived, and you're thinking like, I'm thinking back to when I first started out, and Joe's character over there, Udic Shrike, the wizard, and how great friends we were, and the untimely end he made. It's like, this is just all nothing. It's all fluff. It doesn't mean anything. There's nothing earned here. Nothing at all.
Yeah.
Yep. Griff had to step away, now laughing my butt off over the comment. It's good to see you here, Griff.
It feels like I'm gonna make it right.
Already, something deadly and burning within your heart is keeping you safe from something that, in its own right, might be even more terrifying. Tayor.
Sorry, Cal.
It's been a long time since you've seen your brother. As you ride out, does your mind drift to Casimir, the person who you're pursuing?
Let me lead you let me lead you to what you should be thinking about.
Or to your brother, whom your prey now themselves pursue?
It's choice A or choice B. It's binary. Which is it?
Right.
I think as I sit there in the rain, it begins to wash over me. Just how
I will make up for the lack of choice with a heavy accent.
little I know about each of these men. My brother I have not seen in years. The same is true for Casimir. And at one point, I would say that I knew them better than anyone. The idea that I have of my brother has evolved, grown, and in some way committed himself to a cause so noble.
Oh, that would be a good time,
that
certainly.
even as I fear for his safety, I find jealousy almost swelling within me.
Did it just pause?
Hello?
The purpose.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay.
I had a moment there. I was like, what's going on? It's
With
like,
these
that was
guys,
true.
yeah, with all the dramatic pauses going on, you literally can't tell if Double D fat fingered it or they're just winding up for their next delivery.
Yeah.
By the way,
Oh,
Trav,
man.
if you need to drop or something,
Yeah,
just let me know.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and head out.
Yep.
And thank you again for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Guys, back Full Metal Tilt. Give it a look. It's our friend Trav. You see him here just about every week on Wednesdays. So yeah, congratulations and much success.
We are $40 away from 1,300.
See, going good. All right.
Just go ahead and tell Crazy Mouse as advertised. I'll hit it. I'll hit it.
Yeah, there we go. Yep, cool. All right, buddy. We'll talk soon.
All right, later.
Yeah, peace. All right, well, Double D will continue here on. At least he'll try. He will try. See if I can switcheroo here. And there we go. Now we got it.
The ability to shift
Go a little bit
fates
further here.
that have affected all the people that I am traveling with. How little I
Thank you,
know
no
about
one.
him. And for Casimir, what could have gotten to a man that shared a banner with us? What could have pulled him in this direction? What don't we know? And as I sit in the light of Thimble's wings, I realize I know next to nothing.
Rain mats the fur on either side of the bridge of your snout, leaning into the darkness.
On either side of your snout. Just something so so funny about that. Trying to be so dramatic and poetic. Yeah, so the rain is hitting your snout anyway. Your what?
Lost so much since the end of the war. And know so many people who seem to have faltered and fallen into losing even themselves. Wikander, at the last possible moment, riding up the ridge, at this late hour, there's very few people on the road. But Dolmakyar is large enough that there's still a handful of stragglers, even in the wee hours of the morning. Some trundling a cart to get to some early farmer's market by dawn's first light. Others that have been trudging through weary miles. At the last moment you look. With the mountain peaks on either side, this is the last place in the road that you will be able to see the lights of the Via Aurora in the city behind you.
Hey, Griff, was there? I bet there was a lot of games at Arnicon that sounded just like this, weren't there? Yeah, I cast Fireball. Can we cast it in real life? Just not at these. I'm just asking in general, just a general question. Can we cast Fireball?
One more step of your horse, and that home will disappear. Do you gaze behind you at this place or not?
Luckily, I'm
sitting side saddle so I can see.
Of course you are. Fresh
I can
cut
see
grass.
both ways right now. And yes, I do glance back one last time. But it's cold. I'm wet. I'm
Yes,
distracted.
only in
I'm
Minecraft.
feeling
Only.
things I haven't felt in a long time, if not ever.
Ooh, that's a good one. Prince Valium Surly. That's a strong contender for BLM.
I'm feeling depressed, I think. Unclear of what my goal is. But buoyed by tyrannies yelling at me.
I love her nodding her head. I do yell at him. I really do.
I feel like answers
I do nag him to death.
lay ahead. And that even though my family might have misled me, the truth of the universe will present itself to me. And so I shift my gaze forward with hope and say a quick prayer as we cross the threshold.
The truth of the universe. Sorry, we got holy smokes. This got me a $50 super chat. My Lord, land whale. Eff it, I'm all in. All right. Well, God bless you, sir. You are the one of the heroes of this Saturday stream. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Damn. As Crazy Mouse would say, you, sir, won some scratchers. But much appreciated. Thank you so much.
Regardless of what you've learned about the nature of your family's creed.
That's right.
There is always some comfort in ritual. Tyranny. The same is posed.
Is it tyranny or is it tranny? I'm not sure. You could mix up those letters. I'm just saying.
You venture forth now, having advised boldness and decisive action. And now the reign of this world, a world in which you were not born, falls upon your brow. Do you look back at the city you now leave, or do your eyes stay fixed in the same direction as Wix?
Just the leading, it's criminal. I suppose if you were of a mind, you could just say, what's going on with you right now? What are you thinking about? Are you casting a look back at the city as I want you to, or are you just looking straight ahead?
My eyes are on my tail that Wick is gripping so hard, and my ears are wet, and I do look back, realizing that
realizing that that's exactly what my DM wants me to do.
opportunity I have had to leave the House of the Candescent Creed has been a really big
You will
pardon
fall
for
asleep
me.
to this, Surly.
I love to be out, and I love to meet people, and I love to see the goings-on of the city around me. This time doesn't feel so good. And I'm realizing as I sort of shake some rain off of my little floppy ears that I am maybe...
I keep seeing on Pluto, they have the old Woody Allen movie, Love and Death, which is, still in one of his funny era. It's just there's a couple parts in that movie where they just break the fourth wall and they'll start doing poetry right at the camera, like, wheat, fields of wheat. If you've ever seen that movie, this is exactly what it reminds me of. Just this almost nonsensical, outrageous chewing of the scenery, let's call it. Imbeciles would find this entertaining. Everybody else, is either gobsmacked or laughing at it.
Be a little bit more domesticated than I once thought I was.
Doing the right thing, that's supposed to come with immediate rewards, right? Otherwise, what makes it the right thing? Certainly your material conditions having immediately deteriorated past the point of familiarity. That can't be what good deeds are rewarded with. If that were the case, then people would be behaving selfishly all the time.
You know, as she likes to say, you know, lanterns are lit,
ears
so are the tits.
Slick. Soaked with rain, drooping down, matching the verticality of your horns, like a giant middle finger pointed to the sky.
Just for you, Osiris. Just for you.
Cadigan, you're returning to Timony. What's on your mind as you make your way back to where you have so long dwelled?
What's on my mind? Not a lot. Cadigan's in his body. He doesn't have mine.
I do see that Laura Bailey's just up there. It also shows how selfish all these people are. One of my pet peeves at the gaming table is if, like, when you're not interested, when something is not happening with your character, you're just over it and you're just not interested and you're not even paying attention to what other people are doing. To me, that's the ultimate sign of disrespect. Unfortunately, it really generally doesn't happen at our table. But in this case, it might be forgiven just because the DM is so bad at his job. She's just
Except
organizing her
sensations.
dice.
And he's watching his friend at the front of the pack, leading everyone, and he's hung back. He's chewing on a little bit of root in his mouth. And the rain is bringing him back to his senses from the drink in the city.
The cold
And
November
he's starting
rain.
to come alive. And his heart rate's starting to race, and he knows this feeling, and it's the feeling of a hunt. And he's starting to feel good.
Oh, this is the only kind of Chad at the table. Not, Chad is a relative term. He's a Chad compared to these guys, but isn't he the one that has like the giant wolf? He's the only character. When I saw the like drawings of all their characters, he was the only one I was like, yeah, you could fit that into my world, and I'd be okay with it.
And excited. And excited is rare and strange for him. And as he rides a little bit harder off to the left, a little rush in the bush, and a quail sort of comes out of the bush, and Wolfric just jumps out of the bush, snatches it, runs alongside him, shakes it, and almost like a little smile, the way a dog can smile only after it's killed something.
No.
Back off in the brush. And for a moment, he's really excited because
Again, it's like the Stone Toss comic. Let's play a game, you know, blah, 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 blah. When does the action start? And then quizzically looking at the person who asked, action? You wanted action in this game? Ha! Crom laughs at your supposition.
this is where he wants to be, and he didn't know. And as he looks up front, everything feels dour, but he feels excited. And he notices between the two of them that both of their water skins are empty. And he chuckles to himself. And he kicks his horse a little faster by them, and as he rides by, he pops off the top of both their water skins so the rain can lead in while it's running. And then just takes off.
I think we're in good hands.
Cadigan, this is the very beginning of our soldiers' table. And this is where big decisions and big roles happen.
Could have fooled me. BLM. Could have fooled me.
I'm going to need a survival check. An individual can volunteer to make it, but I would ask if we do a group check that everybody only roll if they have proficiency in survival.
Perfect. I have a +1.
So if you don't have proficiency, you're doing individual checks, what happens, I wonder?
Proficiency?
No?
Not as good as it could be.
You are
I-
proficient.
I-
proficient.
I do
Yes, you
have a
did.
+4.
I
Yes, you do.
I think I would leave it to him.
You probably have
+5.
I have a +5 and I'm.
Roll is between you two to figure out
so
who's
you
going
go plus
to
5?
Or we
I mean,
just both,
he's-
we both roll. We're both.
He's done this.
You guys
before.
can both roll. So we'll roll a group check, which with a small group of only 2. Reminder that Wolfric is going to give you the help action here.
It's like that PBS skit on Saturday Night Live way back in the day with Alec Baldwin. They're talking like the sweaty balls.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He is able to do.
Yeah, sick.
And
Thank
we're going to roll as a group, which means that we take the higher of the 2.
Oh, great.
So,
Okay.
but I will tell you, you are riding in the rain at the gate of a massive city. Tracks intermingle, wagon wheels cut gouts into the road itself. Finding these tracks will be next to impossible in the night in the rain. The difficulty for finding all sets of tracks is going to be the highest difficulty that the game says, which is a 30. Finding one of them is going to be a 25, and finding some clue that lets you at least rule out some bad options will be a difficulty of 20. So 30, 25, 20.
Somebody have guidance.
Even
'Cause,
if I did, I don't think I'm paying much attention.
We're going to go ahead and...
Did any of them say they were looking for tracks? Did I miss that? Like, why did he assume that they were looking for tracks? I don't. That's the part I don't understand. Are they following somebody there? I don't know. It's like this is like the biggest railroad. Even their internal monologues are being railroaded by this guy.
roll because...
Dude, we gotta roll like a 20. You gotta
I'll let-
roll a crit in order to make this happen.
Why don't we just do it?
Here we go.
Don't have to. You get to.
Oh, okay.
I'm not.
And you're rolling with advantage, Cadigan, remember?
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
Because I
you
had the
get
help
advantage.
action.
Okay, great.
That was okay. That is good. With the +4, it's 19.
19.
Oh, I rolled so
bad. One away. Riding off into the rain, Cadigan. Water. Hoof prints. Boot prints. Looking out. When the trail goes cold, a determined hunter has to move from what he can see to what he knows.
God, this is insufferable. One dice roll that generally didn't mean anything. I think they failed it, but they're gonna succeed.
You will have to think of what the choices Sid would have made were.
This is modern gaming, Robert.
And then you'll have to think if
Get with
those
the program,
choices
my
would have
friend.
been knowable by those who pursue him with deadly intent.
Yes. It's in the script.
And we'll get into that on tonight's episode of Critical Role.
I forgot I do have guidance.
Hey, and welcome to the Critical Role Announcement Playhouse.
They do have fun, don't they? Okay. Well, I think we're going to wrap it up, give you guys the balance of your Saturday back. They always do that in meetings and corporate meetings now. Like if a meeting ends early, you guys get back 20 minutes. Be like, oh, thank you so much. But I do want to thank all of you guys for coming out on a Saturday. We don't do this too often, but occasionally we'll do the Saturday afternoon stream to kind of highlight some creators and do some other shenanigans. Hopefully, if you didn't make it live Wednesday, hopefully you saw that and then you went over to Rumble to watch the mystery movie watch party. That's right. Something I've always wanted to do. I've always tried, and YouTube always puts the kibosh on it. But I've kind of figured out that Rumble either doesn't have the technical ability or they just don't care if you watch copyrighted material over there. So me, Crazy Mouse, and Mr. Pew Pew Zolt on Wednesday went over to Rumble and watched Mazes and Monsters and had a grand time. And the chat was riffing along with us. So we will trust me, we will definitely do that, because that's something I've wanted to do since the start of the channel. I'm a huge MST3K guy, and I just like watching movies with friends. It's fun. So as long as Rumble keeps allowing it, we'll do it over there. So yeah, maybe once a month or something, we'll do an abbreviated normal Wednesday stream, and then kick it over to Rumble to do that. It's a good time. Good time. We'll try to pick movies that are kind of worthy of being watched and sort of riffed too. So we'll keep that in mind. But thank you guys so much. Thank you for the all the memberships, super chats, land whale. Like I said, thank you very, very much for all of the super chats that you sent, along with everybody else too. Like I said, the smallest to the biggest, they are all appreciated, guys. They really are. So just going back through, I hope I didn't. I don't think I missed anybody's chats. I think I got them all. All right. So my son and my daughter-in-law are coming over with our grandchild pretty soon here, so I'm going to be enjoying that. Hope you guys are enjoying your Saturday, and you guys spend it with family and friends. And yes, we will go ahead and talk very, very soon. Probably Wednesday. I'm going to try to, I think, make a video out of that Mum Chums. I think that needs to be highlighted a little bit more. That was really, really sickening the more I heard about it. So I think I'm going to be trying to pump that out. I'm overdue for an actual canned video. So if I want to get more subscribers, that's the only way YouTube lets you do that. So, alrighty, guys. Yep. Cal, thank you very much again for moderating, patrolling the grounds. The rest of you guys, yep, you said it well. Surly, yep, thanks. Have a good rest of your weekend, everybody. I'm just going to get us out here now. No song or anything. We'll just head on out, and you guys enjoy your day. Be safe, and we're going to talk soon. Remember, Full Metal Tilt and the Pulp Cities of Chult, both in the description of this live stream. Check them out. If it's for you, support people who don't hate your guts, right? All right, guys. Peace. Take care. Love ya. Double D. Oot.